Today, in taking you to a Luang Namtha journey that took me 6 hours on bumpy dirt roads. But what I saw along the way was more beautiful than words can describe. Untouched nature and simple, warm-hearted people smiling at each other. Luang Namtha isn't a big tourist spot, but to me, it's home. It's memories, peace, and a rare kind of calm in today's busy world. At the local market, I tasted traditional dishes you can only find here, and felt the warmth of a community still holding on to its roots. This trip wasn't just about reaching a destination, it was about coming back to what truly feels like home. But what I found along the way, it was worth so much more than the destination. Luang Namtha might not be on the usual tourist map, but to me it's a place full of memory. Hey everyone, and today, in taking you on a journey that starts from Luang District in the Luang Namtha province. Almost 200 kilometers of travel. But get this, it took me 6 full hours to get to my destination. Why so long? Well, the road conditions weren't great at all. It was a red dirt road nearly the entire way bumpy, full of potholes, and super dusty. I had to drive slowly and carefully the whole time. But here's the good part, don't let the road scare you away. The natural beauty along the way, absolutely stunning. This area is still rich in untouched nature, forests, mountains, streams, and peaceful village life. It really reminded me that, even though the roads were rough, the nature here is second to none. That's the charm of traveling, it's not just about where you're going, but what you see along the way. Along the way, I saw many different ways of life. Some people live deeply connected to nature, growing their own food, foraging in the forest, drinking from the stream. They might not have technology, or a big house, or even electricity, but still they smile so warmly at one another. Others don't even have a proper place to call home. And yet, what moved me was that they never asked for help. They simply live with what they have quietly, patiently, and with strength. It made me reflect on myself. We're always chasing something, wanting more. But sometimes, what we truly need is just a simpler life. There were moments during the trip when I just fell silent. I didn't feel like talking. Because deep down, I realized, a peaceful life is something many of us long for. But in this world, it feels harder and harder to find. We're constantly competing against time, against others, sometimes even against ourselves. As the car bounced along the red dirt road, I slowly drifted off to sleep. The rhythm of the wheels, the wind, the sound of nature, it all lulled me into peace. And when I opened my eyes again, we had arrived at our destination. Sometimes, a journey isn't just about getting there. After traveling through rough dirt roads for nearly 6 hours, I was completely drained. So, I decided to check into the hotel and ended up taking a nap. Nearly 2 full hours of much-needed rest. When I woke up, the first thing I noticed was my stomach growling like crazy. I hadn't eaten anything since morning, and now I was starving. So I headed out to find something simple to eat nearby. I was looking for anything fancy, just something warm, maybe a quick local dish to recharge. Sometimes, it's these humble street-side meals that turn out to be the most delicious and memorable.
สวัสดีเพื่อนๆตอนนี้ค่อยก็อยู่ที่หลวงน้ำทาเพื่อค่อยกับบริการมาดูพอสมควรอยู่ได้เพื่อมาเกินของตัวเองแท้ๆนะบริการมาได้ประมาณ7 ปีแล้วไปเบิกกันว่ามีอีกอย่างให้เฮาแบบมีอีกอย่างที่แบบเปลี่ยนแปลงบ่หรือว่าอะไรที่แบบว่าเจริญกว่าเก่าหรือว่าสิ่งใดที่เปลี่ยนแปลงเนาะเพื่อน
A new morning. I started my day by taking a slow walk through the town I once knew so well. It was a mix of warmth and excitement. Because it had been almost 7 years since I last came back to this place, Luang Namtha. As I walked along the familiar streets, I noticed that some things had changed: new buildings, new shops, unfamiliar faces and voices. But some things remained the same. The scent of the morning air, the sound of birds, bicycles passing by, and the feeling deep inside me as if I had never really left. Luang Namtha might not be a well-known tourist destination. It doesn't have famous landmarks or a lot of travelers. But to me this place is home. A quiet little town, peaceful and calm, with a pace slow enough to let you truly breathe. I didn't rush. I just walked, taking everything in: the sounds, the colors, the memories. I saw a few familiar faces from the past. And in that moment, I felt grateful to return. No matter how long I've been away from Luang Namtha, I always carry a deep sense of longing for it. The memories remain vivid, as if they had just happened yesterday. This is a small, simple town. People here live slow, peaceful lives. There's no rush, no chaos. Everyone seems calm, kind, and especially friendly to travelers. Luang Namtha isn't really a tourist destination. It's more of a place people pass through, a stop along the way. Maybe that's why so many people have never heard of it. But to me it means so much more. It holds memories, the image of my childhood, the laughter of old friends, the smell of evening meals, the gentle night breeze, and a kind of quiet you rarely find in big cities. Sometimes, we don't need the most beautiful place. We just need a place where our heart says, home, and that is enough. And this is the main market of Luang Namtha. I came here today to take you along with me, to show you the everyday life of the local people. This place is filled with simplicity and sincerity. The vendors aren't in a rush. They are not pushy. Everyone smiles, talks kindly like old friends who have known each other for years. And there's one thing I really don't want you to miss. Khao Laeng Puen, a traditional local dish you can only find here in Luang Namtha. It's not fancy, not a famous menu item, but it holds the taste of memory, warmth, and true local culture. Sometimes just walking through a small market like this, tasting local food, and chatting with locals, that's one of the most meaningful ways to travel. This type of food is made from a special kind of rice grown specifically for this purpose. You can't just use regular rice, and even if you try, the taste won't be the same, it won't be as good or authentic. That's the charm of traditional local food. It's not just about ingredients. It's about a way of life, something passed down through generations. This market used to be the heart of Luang Namtha. It was where people of all ages gathered, exchanged goods, and shared stories. But as the town developed and modern changes came, fewer people started coming here. Except for one group. The people who grew up with this market. Those who still feel deeply connected to its smells, its sounds, and the memories tucked into every corner. Sometimes change is inevitable, but that deep connection, that sense of belonging, still
แถ
remains.
วนี้แบบบริเวณนั้นเพื่อก็คือเขาไข่พวกที่เขาซอยแล้วก็เขาเลยฟื้นเป็ดส่วนใหญ่เพื่อฝัดนี่เนื้อเต็มเลยแต่ก็คือผมไม่รู้ข้าวเพื่อประหารผมมีเลย
Just a few steps into the market, I came across a woman selling longan fruit. She told me, I just picked these fresh from the tree this morning. They looked incredibly fresh and juicy. So I couldn't resist. I bought a small bag to take with me. At first, I wanted to film a bit, but I noticed she felt a little shy in front of the camera. So I chose not to. Sometimes just sharing a smile with a local feels more meaningful than capturing a perfect shot. As I kept walking, I stumbled upon a familiar sweet I used to eat often as a kid. Of course, I didn't miss the chance to try it again. The taste was just like I remembered. It brought me back to the old days, when life was slower, simpler. When happiness came from a bite of something sweet and a laugh with friends. Sometimes, it's the little flavors like this that bring back deeper memories than any photo ever could. Luang Namtha Market is a place with its own unique charm. Here, you'll find an abundance of forest products brought in by local villagers. Some people grow food in their own small gardens, planting vegetables, raising chickens and ducks just to bring here to sell. Everything in this market may look simple, but it's full of quality and care. These goods come from people who live close to nature, without chemicals, without unnecessary additives. As you walk past each stall, you catch the aroma of fresh herb, see wild mushrooms and just picked greens, along with local items that are nearly impossible to find in the cities. This isn't just a place to buy and sell. It's a space where life happens, a reflection of self-sufficiency, harmony with the land, and the warmth of a small, close-knit community. So for me, Luang Namtha Market isn't just an ordinary market. It's a local treasure, something truly worth preserving. Back in the day, I used to live just like this, doing the same simple things every day. Waking up early, walking to the market, buying a quick local breakfast, chatting with neighbors, and letting the day unfold slowly. Coming back here to Luang Namtha Market, walking these familiar paths again. It brought back so many memories, simple moments, the laughter of people I once knew, the smell of local food drifting through the morning air, and a quiet atmosphere filled with warmth. No matter how much time has passed, those feelings are still vivid in my heart. They are not just memories, they are a part of who I am. Sometimes returning to a familiar place feels like a gentle reminder of who we were, and what shaped us into who we are today.
สู้ๆกับ5,000แต่ตอนนี้ไก่ไป10,000แล้วเพื่อแล้วของหวานที่กินเนาะก็คืนสมัยก่อน 5,000 เขาเจ้าไข่แต่ 5,000 10เท่ากับบ่มีได้เพื่อเพราะว่าสมัยนั้นก็คือสิว่าจะได้ว่าค่าคอนซีมันก็บ่ได้ขึ้นหลายปานนี้แล้ว
Sometimes, a place may not seem special to others, but to us, it means everything, because it holds memories and feelings that words can't fully express. For me, Luang Namtha is that kind of place. A place that brings me peace, a place that helps me reflect on who I once was. And if you have a place like that, somewhere you can return to and still feel the same, still feel happy, still feel light, this is home, then going back is a truly beautiful thing. Because in a world that's constantly changing, to have something that stays the same as one of the most precious things we can ever hold on to.
มากับบ่ได้แปลกใจเนาะที่พวกเขาบอกว่ามาจากธรรมชาตินะก็นั่นแหละแล้วก็อีกอย่างนึงมันหาเกาะไปเก็ตมือว่าหาเกาะไปเก็ตแล้วก็อีกอย่างนึงก็คือพวกเขาที่แบบหาเกาะไปเก็ตมื้อนี้เนี่ยเพื่อนไปเก็ตมื้อเช้าแล้วก็เอามาขายส่วนยามแลงนี่แหละก็คือตัวนี้ประมาณบ่าย 3 โมงแล้วเพื่อนนั่นแหละก็คือตลาด ตลาดของเขื่อนลำน้ำท่าก็คือตามที่ค่อยผ่านไปเมื่อกี้นี้แต่สมัยก่อนก็คือมาค่อนข้างเด็กคึกคักกว่าตอนนี้อีกอย่างหนึ่งสมัยก่อนที่เป็นว่ามาคึกคักกว่านี้ก็คือเพราะอย่างก็เพราะว่าสมัยนั้นมันบ่ได้มีตลาดเลยเพื่อนมันก็มีตลาดเดียวนี่เลยไม่ให้คนอยู่นี่เนาะพวกเขามาซื้อกินอยู่นี่เป็นประจำแต่ตอนนี้ถามว่ามีแต่ตลาดเดียวมันก็ไม่ได้